Yo, what is up, everybody? It's your boy Knievel, and I'm back on some Madden 17. And today, we're going to be talking Cleveland Brown football. Yeah, so the Browns have been relatively bad for the last decade, just about. But I'm really excited to see the Browns this year. They got some nice draft picks. They got Myles Garrett with their first overall in the whole draft. And then they got back down in the first round 3 times, which is surprising. Then they came and they got some draft picks, and then they pulled up Jarrell Peppers, which I thought was a good player. He's versatile. He could play the new hybrid linebacker scheme, safety that comes linebacker that can cover the tight ends, because tight ends are now super athletic in the NFL. So they got him, which I thought was a good pickup. And then they got David. His name is really hard to say. It's David Njoku or something, tight end from Miami. His tape, I thought he was the best tight end in the draft, so I think that's my opinion. So I think the Browns did get a steal with that. And then they come back in the second day of the draft, number 52 overall, and they draft DeShone Kizer, which I thought was a promising quarterback in the NFL and the college. I thought he was going to do really good. I thought he was going to go higher, honestly, because I thought he was better than some of these quarterbacks that went ahead of him. So I thought that was a good pick. And then in the third round, they come and get Larry. A lot of players with hard names to pronounce, but I'll try. Larry Obadejavu, defensive tackle, North Carolina. He was really good. He was one of those like sleepers, kind of. The third round is not really a sleeper, but I'd say he's a day one starter for that Browns roster. So he was another good pickup. And then in the fourth round, they come get Howard Wilson, cornerback. So I didn't know nothing about this dude, Howard. So I looked up his film. Really good film. He produced a lot in the college. So that's one thing you look for. You want players that are winners. Like that know how to play, have a lot of production. That's what you're looking for in these late rounds. You're looking for some production. Then they get offensive tackle from Florida State, and then in the 6th round, they get another defensive tackle, which that's where they need some help. But this is the one that surprised a lot of people. They got a kicker in the 7th round, Zane Gonzalez from Arizona State, and then they picked up a running back in the 7th round. Well, this a lot of people were looking at this like they should have just got a running back in free agency, which I disagree with, because this year's draft class, you could probably find a starter in the 5th, 6th round. So maybe they found one in the 7th. Who knows? But this draft class was full of running backs. I'm excited for them next year. They got a hard division. They're in there with the Ravens. They're in there with the Steelers and the Bengals. So all playoff contenders, all 3 of those teams. Browns have always been that easy win for these teams, but I feel like this year they're going to be something big. Their head coach, I love the head coach. I love Hugh Jackson. I feel like he brings the culture they need over there. Their running game. So the running game is not really nothing special, but they do have some players. They got Isaiah Crowell and then Duke Johnson, which are 2 average running backs, below the average running backs, which is not really a lot you need. But the most important thing on their roster, and we all know, is the quarterback position. It's the most important. It's the most highest paid position for a reason. The quarterback. I like Cody Kessler, what he did in college. I like what he was doing. This is another one, Brock Osweiser, which is I don't know. They did pay a lot of money to take his contract. That's the reason how they got a 1st round pick. They picked up his contract, but I think it's gonna be a good competition in the quarterback, because look, they got Cody Kessler, they got Brock Osweiser, they got DeShone Kizer, and then they got Kevin Hogan, which was super good last year in college football. So I think this is a good team. Their line is what a lot of people are probably sleeping on, because they do have Joe Thomas, which is an all-pro. No one could deny that. He's one of the best tackles in the game. And then they got Joel, I don't know his last name, Beatino, and he's an average linebacker. And then they got the center from Green Bay, which I'm a Packer fan, so I know this dude could play. Him and the starter that Green Bay has right now, they were always fighting for a starting position, so I know he's pretty good. They got some good linemen. They got the tight ends. I thought it was a bad decision when they let go of Gary Barnidge, which I thought was really good tight end. I thought he was underrated, but I did think he was good. So I like where they went in the first round, and they went for David Njoku. I don't know, his name's really confusing. So I like what they did with him. So I don't know, it's a hard division. So to me, I picture their record around it's such an upgrade, but I'm gonna go out on a limb and I'm gonna say they get 5 wins this year. They might get more, they might get less, but my gut feeling, which I trust a lot, I'm gonna go with 5 wins. So they will finish with a record of 5-11, which I think is really good because they're moving up. Unless their quarterback play just comes out and balls out. If they have a top 20 quarterback, I think they'll do better than that. But I'm just saying because we don't know yet. So that's my prediction for them. Their defense, which I haven't talked about, and no one really does, is because their defense is a non-factor. You know, they got a lot of washed-up players. I like Joe Hayden. I don't like Tramon Williams, which came from Green Bay. I feel like he's done. They did let him go, so he was one of their old players. So I'm happy they went with that. I'm happy they're putting competition in the corners. They signed a lot of free agents in the corners, so we'll see what the record is. But that's my predictions for the 2017 to 2018 Cleveland Browns. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you're a real Cleveland Browns fan, drop a like and subscribe to your boy. I'm out. Yeah.